These are your evening headlines for January 26, 2026, right here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Kimber Pierce. The BYU Cougars outlasted the Utah Utes for the second time this season. Austin Pace has the story.
After a close game in Salt Lake City just a few weeks ago, the BYU Cougars hosted the Utah Utes for the rivalry's second matchup of the season. BYU barely escaped the Utes in Salt Lake City with the 89-84 win. Saturday's game was completely different. The Utes were able to hold close to the Cougars for most of the game and shot 62% from three-point range. But it wasn't enough to stop A.J. DeBonsta, who exploded for 43 points on 15 for 24 shooting and led the Cougars to the 91-78 victory, securing their third straight win over the Utes. DeBonsta's night was historic, breaking several records. DeBonsta set a BYU freshman single-game scoring record, as well as freshman single-game field goal makes and attempts. And after only 19 games, he broke the freshman record for 30-point performances in a season. DeBonsta also has 448 total points on the year, which puts him fourth on the freshman scoring list.
I mean, it feels good to break any record, if it was Danny or not. I just thank my teammates for just giving me the ball in the right spots, and God was on my side. I was hitting shots.
After the game, DeBonsta talked a bit about the historic outing and was asked if the 43 points had more significant meaning playing against a rival.
See, me, I ain't know too much about the rivalry. I'm from Boston, but people were just dragging it the whole time, talking about Utah this, Utah that. So I was like, I guess I'll go off for y'all.
BYU head coach Kevin Young has coached in the NBA and has coached future Hall of Famers, but DeBonsta's 43 points had him awestruck.
That was impressive, while he was doing it, in my mind, I was like, man, this is a special player. I've said it a lot. I think he's hands down the clear-cut number one pick in the NBA draft upcoming, and it was on full display tonight. He was doing it every which way.
BYU is riding high after the win, and the newest AP Top 25 poll kept the Cougs in the number 13 spot. But their biggest challenge of the season is tonight. The Cougars will host the number one team in the nation, straight from the Big 12 Conference, the undefeated Arizona Wildcats, led by freshman guard Koa Pete.
It's going to be a tough game, but this is what you live for. This is why I came to the Big 12 to play teams like this.
BYU versus Arizona. Tip-off is set for tonight at 7 at the Marriott Center in Provo. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Austin Pace.
A 37-year-old woman in Chubbuck was arrested last night on allegations of stealing an SUV with a baby in it. Ricky Johnson faces felony grand theft charges and an outstanding misdemeanor drug warrant. Authorities opened an investigation when a silver Kia Sorento was stolen from a Chubbuck residence. At the time of the theft, a 1-year-old was asleep in the back seat. The SUV was quickly located abandoned on Highline Road with the baby still asleep and unharmed. After a multi-agency search, Chubbuck Police Department was able to locate and arrest Johnson. She was booked into the Bannock County Jail and will be arraigned for the drug charges today. A Chubbuck PD statement on Facebook reads, "We are beyond grateful that the involved child was found safe and sound and quickly reunited with family." The community gathered at Bonneville County Courthouse on Sunday to honor the lives of the 2 people killed in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where there's a surge of ICE agents meant to crack down on criminal undocumented immigrants. Almost 200 people gathered for the event. According to Local News 8, the event kicked off with speeches from attendees followed by the crowd singing "My Country 'Tis of Thee." A moment of silence then took place with several of those in attendance holding candles near the courthouse steps. While the event focused on remembrance of the fallen, a few people held signs that called for peace and justice. The vigil ended peacefully as attendees spoke until the sunset. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio evening headlines for January 26, 2026. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Kimber Pierce.